dig up a past I swore would stay buried.
You will always be a monster.
Ares! I have nothing more to hide.
The ghost of Sparta had been born.
At the end of God of War 1, Kratos ascends to godhood, and his weapons as a god's servant, the Blades of Chaos, are replaced with the Blades of Athena. Athena's blades were quite identical to the Chaos blades, only they gleamed a golden hue rather than a flaming red. The Blades of Athena would be Kratos' go-to weapon for 4 additional games: God of War 2, Ghost of Sparta, Betrayal, and the beginning of God of War 3. After surrendering the power within Athena's blades to the Blade of Olympus, Kratos is depleted of all his abilities at the start of God of War 2. This is revealed to be a ruse by Zeus, who subsequently tosses Kratos from Olympus and quickly executes him. Kratos battles his way out of Hades and vows vengeance, rebuilding his strength from the ground up. In the game, you level up the Blades of Athena to restore their strength and earn new techniques, with their appearance altering over time. When you achieve the Blade of Athena's greatest level, Athena's blades regain their appearance and finally glow a bright red? Huh? What happened to the golden glow? I couldn't find a canon explanation for why Athena's blades at the end of God of War 2 decided to burn red instead of gold like it initially did. The most I've seen was supposition, the most prevalent of which is that only the blades gleamed gold when Kratos was still a god. However, as we eventually discover, Kratos was always a god/demigod. Despite being often referred to as a mortal in the first game, we subsequently find that he was the son of Zeus, an immortal woman, making him half a deity. So it wouldn't be fair to suggest that Kratos' godhood was emptied into the Blade of Olympus, especially because he was still capable of mounting a return from the dead. Instead, I think that what was drained from Kratos were the powers bestowed to him by the gods of Olympus, and what remained was his own godlike power, which he had to build back up. Likewise with Athena's blades, since they were a product of Olympus, that power also went into the Blade of Olympus. But then, what was the power that remained in the Blades of Athena? What kept those powerless blades burning? And why doesn't the flame look like it did before once the blade's full power is restored? There are several ideas that may be developed from this point. However, I believe God of War Ghost of Sparta contains a compelling explanation. Set between God of War 1 and God of War 2, the freshly minted God of War Kratos is on a quest for answers, accompanied by the golden blades of Athena. In this game, you may still level up the Blades of Athena to obtain new moves, but their golden blue look doesn't alter much. Instead, they get more jagged as they level up. Kratos finally encounters Thera, a titan of fire locked in a volcano. With Athena's blades, Kratos frees the titan and obtains the power of Thera's Bane. When activated, this imbues the blades with the titan's fire, boosting their strength and making them glow a dark, blazing red. This power is frequently employed throughout the game, right up to the finish, when Kratos returns to Olympus to resume his responsibilities as a deity. This is where my major theory stems from. My theory is that the golden blue light of the blades was caused by a godly power, and that as Kratos lost his abilities conferred by Olympus, so did the blades' potency. Whatever power remained belonged to Thera's Bane, which had never left the Blades of Athena, just lain dormant. That is why at the end of God of War 2, the blades shone a dark crimson rather than the golden blue they used to. The Blades of Athena would stay red until their final chronological appearance in God of War 3, where they were drained of their strength once more and recreated into the Blades of Exile by Athena. There's also the fact that it may be that the blades shone red because we upgraded them with the red orbs. But the last time I suggested something like that, not a lot of people agreed.
We can end your life! Or allow you to live. Search your memory, Kratos. The sword which you stand on delivered your victory against Ares. Without it, you will be the one who dies this day, not Ares. We can change your past and set your future. This is the power of the Fates!
Rage of the Titans, fuel your blades.